everyone, it's Jill again for video number 3 on Saturday in July. Here we go. So I'm gonna just profile a couple weeds here that you might see at the garden. There's some really common ones that are super nasty, and then there's some that are sort of tamer. So I'm just gonna go through some of those, and we will just talk about how easy or what you have to do, okay? Okay, I'm gonna start with the nasty stuff. This here stuff that you're gonna see all over the place. It's in the mulch, it's in the garden. It's called knapweed. It's especially nasty because at least half the plant, if not more, is underground, and you have to dig this out or it will spread everywhere. And don't chop it up into pieces with your lawn or your cultivator, because it'll just grow everywhere. So I'm just gonna show you what's underground. Okay, so I'm just digging out this plant. It's actually a bunch of leaves separated from each other, but it's all one plant because this is how it spreads. Check that out. That is a super strong root system. Here's what it looks like. It sends up a leaf, but then the root keeps going and travels really far underneath stuff. It can penetrate through the cardboard, etc. So you have to dig this stuff out as much as you can. Of course, maybe you don't get it all at once, but keep at it and eventually it'll stop growing in your plot. Okay, so here's quackgrass. This is a nasty one too. We have some other kinds of grasses that I'll show you in a minute, but quackgrass has this kind of a head on it, and it has this sort of wide leaf that's really coarse. So I'm gonna dig that out and show you what's under there. Here we go. So you see that long root? That will shoot through the ground, go everywhere, and every once in a while pop up some leaves to give the plant some food. And then it just keeps going everywhere. So that one is one that you have to dig out as best you can. A spade is best, but you can also use a hand tool. So just to contrast quackgrass with another kind of grass that you'll see, this is millet. This came from last year's straw. This weed is no big deal. It's actually got a really easy fibrous root. You can pull it up. The root isn't very strong. It's kind of got this flat growth habit, whorled like a dandelion almost, and it kind of spreads along the ground. So that's millet, very easy to take out. Okay, so another thing you're gonna probably find a few pieces of in your garden is this stuff here. This is coming from this year's straw, and it's also no big deal. It's actually, you can see right there, it's actually just oats. So this is harmless, it's an annual, doesn't have a very deep root system. You can eat it if you want, no problem to get out. Okay, so here's another kind of nasty one. This looks like a little fern, sort of. It's called horsetail silica, and it's kind of nasty because it does have a fibrous root that isn't very strong, but it breaks off and then it grows back, and so you kind of have to dig it all out. So there's what's underground, and it's actually very far under the plant, so you have to go pretty deep for these. Here's one that you might love or hate. This little guy is stinging nettles, so we know this gets huge, but this is what it looks like when it's small. If you pull this out with your bare fingers, you'll probably get stung a little bit. So use gloves if you're pulling it out. Other people like to grow it on purpose because it does have quite a few medicinal uses, and you can cook it and eat it. That is stinging nettle. This stuff is a vine. It kind of looks like morning glory maybe, or beans even. And it climbs and grabs stuff. It's called chokeweed, and it's really nasty. It kind of chokes out your plants. You can actually just pull this one out, because usually the whole thing, all the roots and everything, just come out without a tool. Here's some stuff that a lot of people like and plant on purpose, but it also grows prolifically from seed. This is amaranth. There's also another kind of red amaranth that grows less from seed voluntarily than this stuff. This stuff is all over the garden. Produces a lot of seeds, so for the sake of other gardeners, please don't let it proliferate. But you can eat this stuff. It's very good cooked. It's very good raw. You can eat it while you're gardening, or you can take it home. So amaranth is what this one is. Here we have lamb's quarters. This is a great plant. Don't let it go to seed just for the sake of everybody else, but you can eat this stuff. It's very good. Tastes like spinach, very mild. You can also just pull it out, and it comes out easily without a tool. So there's the root. Here we have a spurge. This is what Myrna says it's called anyways. I don't really know. This guy comes out by hand too, fibrous root. And you can eat it. So take it home, put it in a salad. Here's another one. This one is a little alfalfa relative. I forget the name of it though. but also edible. Okay, so here's a nasty one. This is thistle. Of course, I think everybody knows what this is. This again spreads by the roots, so you need to dig out as far down as you can. Thank you, Myrna, for the sound effects. Anyway, usually you want to use a shovel on this and not a tool like this guy, because the roots will just break and it'll just come back. Okay, this stuff here is called campion, and we need to get this out of here ASAP. So whoever's plot this is needs to come and take this out, because it's going to seed and it's going to be everywhere very soon, and it's also on the noxious weed list. Okay, here we have some, okay, this is chamomile. Again, it's a useful plant, but also grows everywhere, so you may want to grow it on purpose or maybe not. Okay, the last one I'm going to do today, plantain. This is related to hostas and those kind of plants, lilies and whatever. It's got quite a long root, so you want to probably pull it out, but also some people grow it on purpose. I think you can use the seeds, which you can see the flowers starting right here. You can use the seeds as a, it's related to psyllium as well, so people use it as like a fiber supplement. That's it. Hope you know how to recognize the common weeds of Sakaw Gardens, and if you ever need help recognizing something, just ask one of the senior gardeners or the people that are on the committee. Have a great day.